We begin this half hour with an unprecedented debate over medical ethics and justice. This week, a Maryland family filed what they say is the first of many lawsuits against major biotechnology and medical firms. The descendants of Henrietta Lacks say cells harvested from their mother decades ago and without her consent have led to untold billions of dollars in profits, none of which they have seen.
In vitro fertilization, the AIDS cocktail, chemotherapy drugs. Deborah, there isn't a person alive who hasn't benefited from your mother's cells.
The story made famous by the book and movie The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks might feel like science fiction, but could soon look like a courtroom thriller. In 1951, Lacks, a black woman suffering from cervical cancer, had her cells taken without her consent by doctors at Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore. Scientists discovered her cells, which they dubbed HeLa cells, were the first that could be successfully cloned outside the human body. HeLa cells have since been at the foundation of countless medical breakthroughs, which have generated billions of dollars for biotech and pharmaceutical companies over the years. But now Lacks's family is suing. A lawsuit filed this week against biotech firm Thermo Fisher Scientific claims Lacks was the victim of a racially unjust medical system.
For some reason feels they have intellectual property rights over his grandmother's cells that were illegally stolen from her body.
This has never been done before. There is no way to know what the result will be.
CBS News legal analyst Ricky Kleeman says the family may have an uphill climb in court.
If there was ever a good time to bring this lawsuit, it's in this time because of the upheaval in society about social justice.
Thermo Fisher has not commented on the lawsuit, but Lacks's family says it's planning to sue even more companies in the future. Johns Hopkins University, which is not named in the suit, maintains it never sold or profited from Lacks's cells.
When I started off as a scientist in the lab, when I trained at Hopkins, we talked about HeLa cells all the time. They were integral to all of the experiments we did.
CBS News medical contributor Dr. David Agus says medical ethics have shifted in the 70 years since Lacks's cells were taken.
Since that time, patients have been consented, and it's their option whether to participate in research and what will happen to their tissue after surgery. Before that point, though, it wasn't on the radar screen of researchers.
If you're the defendant in this case, how would you advise your client?
Well, the first thing that you are going to say if you are advising the pharmaceutical company is this is a case that you may want to settle.
And Ricky calls this creative lawyering, the kind we saw in Brown versus Board of Education, Roe versus Wade. And she believes this could have far-reaching implications in the medical community.
Well, if you think about those previous cases, obviously that creative lawyering led to some serious change.
And it's a good point, though. They were not given the option before, and now they are given the option.
Yeah, they are. We've come a long way.